Hey, you should probably be nice to people. I would highly recommend that. As a business person, just a human, being a person that you connect with other people, if you have family, if you have coworkers, you should just be nice. It's, to me, being a jerk regularly, shows a lack of intelligence. I think I know it takes a certain level of intelligence to be a cynic, but at the same time, being negative is kind of our default emotion. It's our defense mechanism against other people, against bad situations. Negativity is like the most instinctual thing that we could absolutely have. I think being polite and being nice to people and going out of your way to hold doors for people and say please and thank you, that takes learning, that takes work. You think about a kid when they're very little. All they think about is themselves and what they want. And if they don't get what they want, they yell and scream. And the only way you come out of that is by learning to be otherwise. It takes intelligence. It takes work. It takes being taught. So, being nice to people is not only a way to show that you're a person that has grown and matured, but who understands the value in it. Understanding that it feels good. I want to tap on that for a second, because sometimes there are people who brag on Facebook about paying it forward, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you feel good about that, you should absolutely be able to brag about it. I think the difference is people feel like you should just do it no matter what. And that is true. But I think if people are doing it on the precipice of that's not how you use that word. If people are doing it predicated on the notion of feeling good and bragging about it, then let them do it. I mean, that's positive reinforcement that allows them to continue to do it. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think the people who shit on people who do that are being counterintuitive to the whole thing. It's like, be nice to people. And not only that, but being nice to people and practicing it and enjoying it and making it a natural part of who you are is good for business. It's good for your brand. It's good for who you are. Unless you're on Twitter and you're IHOP, who posts. You should go to Twitter and check out IHOP's latest post. I'm going to pull it up real quick because it's really funny. But being nice is good for business. When you can be polite to people, they say, oh, this is a really great guy, I want to work with him again. Somebody that you've worked with in the past, in a positive way, sticks out to you. And that's just smart business. It's good karma. So, the last two tweets from IHOP is, this is the pancake revolution. We are the pancake OG and will be respected as such. That is true Twitter snark right there. And, that's funny. It's a kind of a weird branding thing. But while it's funny for the audience that fits on Twitter, it doesn't exactly fit the brand. It's weird. It's funny and it gets attention, but it's painting IHOP as like narcissistic. And it's kind of weird. It's not something I would associate IHOP with. And I don't know if that's good for long-term growth for IHOP. It might be funny if you're trying to get like young people into IHOP. I don't know, but Twitter has become the place for like lower income attitude type of brands and demographics to go for. You find a lot of like fast food places using a lot of snark, brands that are kind of going for young people or people who don't have too much money, and sort of playing off of their desire for drama stuff like that. It's fascinating, and maybe I'll cover that next time. But yeah, be nice to people. Hey everybody, just wanted to take a second to let you know that my latest track, Just One Time, my second single off of the album 30 Days in June, has just dropped on Spotify, Google Play, and other services. So I'll play this next on Anchor, and if you are not listening on Anchor, you should go to anchor.fm/Christian-Rivera, and you can follow my station there. If not, you can go to Spotify or any of those other platforms, search for Swing for the Fences or the song Just One Time, and find it, listen to it, rate, and all that good stuff. I would love to hear feedback. Thanks. If you've been dying to start that podcast about doves, or about your favorite jacket, or about a long-lost love, or a murder mystery about a cat who murdered everybody, you can start it now on Spotify for podcasters. I've been on Anchor for a long time, and now it is officially Spotify for podcasters, and it has been a platform that has been growing for forever. And I love it, and I still use it to this day, and it has hosted this podcast for 500 plus episodes now. So I highly recommend it. It is free to use. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. I'm literally on my bed recording on my, the phone is on the bed, and I'm just talking, and it's not that complicated. And then you can distribute your podcast on Spotify and everywhere else that podcasts are heard. So video podcasts are available too if you want to show your pretty face and have people see you. And you can do all that too. So just do it. It's totally free. No catch. Give it a try. Spotify for podcasters. Let's go.
Priceline presents Go to Your Happy Price. What's up? It's Kaylee Cuoco. When it comes to travel, we all have a happy place. You can see yourself already there. It's beautiful. It might be sunny and sandy for some, neon and urban for others, deserts or rainforests or hiking trails. With Priceline, you can get to your happy place for a happy price with deals you really can't find anywhere else. Like up to 60% off select hotels to Costa Rica, or 5-star hotels for 2-star prices in Cabo. Go to Priceline.com and travel to your happy place for a happy price. All right, see ya. I'm off to Miami. No, actually, wow, look at that. No, I'm going to Hawaii now. Ooh, Cancun looks nice. You know what? Belize looks pretty nice this time of year. Or, Palm Springs.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Support other people. Support your friends. Support your other fellow artists who are working hard on their own projects. Not only is collaboration or sharing ideas back and forth good for your morale and your business and your productivity in your work, but it's just plain good manners, good friendship. It's being a good person. It's showing your support and genuinely, enjoying or critiquing what your friends are doing, and showing them some love and really giving them a chance to see that you care about what they're doing, and that somebody cares about what they're doing, that they're not wasting their time. It's as much as you can kind of put your head down and pretend that you're just doing everything because you absolutely 100% love it. Getting that support is still a key factor in continuing to push forward and get it done. It's very discouraging if you're working on something for a very long time and it doesn't click with anyone, it doesn't resonate, it doesn't feel good, to know that to feel like you're wasting your time and not really putting all of your energy into something that it doesn't feel like it's paying off, or is at least getting some sort of attention from anyone, especially the people that you love. You've got people that you're closely connected with and that you care about, and ideally you should be able to connect with those people and share your work with them and have them see it and have them, critique it or give just a little bit of feedback on it. I understand how frustrating it is to share your work and have no one take a look at it, especially since, for me, it's usually my music. That's the one thing that I really, really love to share with people. My design work or any of my side projects, I'm not too concerned with that stuff, but the music is the number one thing that I love for people to hear, because I'm really the most proud of it. I've been working on it probably the longest of all of my projects, and recently it's come into fruition and allowed me to really shed some talent that I feel like I have. So the frustrating part is that it takes as long to listen to a song as it does to do one of those tests on Facebook to find out what kind of a potato you are. It's where a lot of people are wasting their time on nonsense stuff when you could be listening to your friend's music and sharing it, or looking at the posters that they're working on, or laugh at their joke, or just like their page on Facebook and reshare or repost or retweet, whatever it is. Give a little bit of love. Especially if you want to get some love, you got to give it. Share people's channels and share what you like about what they're doing. Not just what Kanye and Kim and Beyonce and all those super famous people are doing. They don't need it anymore. I know they're talented and they deserve all of the credit, except for Kim Kardashian. Even Kanye is talented. You got to give them love, but at the same time, anyone who is your friend and is talented, that's how people get out there. You share it. And especially if they're your friend or your family, take a few minutes. Just show your love. And all of this is inspired by going to a coworker's show tonight. They're putting on a show. He's in a band called, I think it's, after all that, I feel terrible not remembering their name. I think it's Los Vatos. It's like a play off of Star Wars, so they've got Obi-Wan Kenobi and stuff like that. It's pretty fun. I'm excited to check them out. They have some originals and they play some covers. I think it'll be a good time. So support your local artists, your friends, the people that are putting in the hard work every day to share their craft and share the things that they love. I think they deserve it. And it's good for business, and it's good for people stuff. Just being a good people person. So do it. Hey everybody, happy Friday. I cannot stress how much fun I had last night. I went to this little dive bar called the Navajo Live Bar, I think it was called. It was on Navajo Road, which is why it was called Navajo. And the band was fantastic. It was an open mic night, essentially, with a featured band, and then the featured band was, which I think is a really smart way to do it. Even if people suck, it's you have the live band to fall back on. And so Darth Vatos, and since I didn't have the name correctly last time, is their name, and they did a kick-ass job. My buddy Carlos on the lead guitar, just killed it. And they really had a great professional group. Everybody was fantastic. They played some covers. They played Bad Reputation, which was a crowd pleaser. That was so much fun. And I really, really loved it. If you check my Instagram, Rival My Design on Instagram, you can see some pictures from last night. That was a really, really good time. And I think that stresses the importance, again, of supporting your friends and going to have a good time. That was some of the most fun I've had in a while. Everybody was super nice. All the other musicians were good at minimum. There was maybe one or two acts that were not so great, but even so, they were still good. They were in time and just enjoying themselves. And that's the important part. Everybody was having fun, regardless of their skill set or talent. Everybody was up there and dancing and having themselves a jolly good time. If anything, I maybe drank a little too much and only got 4 hours of sleep. So we'll see how today goes. Let's see if I get any crazy ideas to talk about today. But today's just a fun day. It's Friday. If you work a regular job, then today's a good day to, wind down and get some things done and sort of get prepared for the rest of the week. I think a lot of people underestimate Friday as a good time to really think about what's coming up next. On Monday, don't want to come in and have to figure things out. I like to set meetings on Fridays. I like to sort of wrap up things that I can wrap up and sort of start Monday with a clean slate. And for me, I like to make sure that I clear my head because since I work on other projects, I work 7 days a week on all of my stuff. So I want to make sure my head is clear, that I'm not distracted, that I'm not thinking about other things, because I want to be able to focus on making music, especially after last night. I definitely want to make a bunch of music and, really enjoy myself this weekend and make some fun stuff. So use Friday as a means to get yourself prepared and, enjoy the weekend. I'm still going to do shows and talk and all that fun stuff, but, I don't know, maybe not as frequently. So let me know, what are you up to this weekend? I would love to hear what projects you're working on, or if you're just going to go have a good time somewhere and enjoy yourself. Take it easy. Don't sweat it too much. And I will see you next time. All right, so those of you listening on the podcast, this is the end of the road for you today for Thursday. I thank you for listening, and I know that some of you have been listening on the podcast version, so I really appreciate that. Follow me on social channels at Rival My Design, and check out my work at HiMyNameIsChristian.com. I recently just dropped a couple singles for Swing for the Fences, which is my pop-punk music project, so you can find that on iTunes, Spotify, and all that good stuff. It's also on SoundCloud, if you don't want to pay for anything, you don't have a subscription to Spotify or anything like that, you can go to soundcloud.com/swingforthefences. I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. If you want to pay money for it, sure, that'd be fantastic. But if you don't, go to SoundCloud and look up Swing for the Fences. And I also have a comedy podcast called Zero Laugh Track, which I will be updating more often soon. So thanks for listening. If you are listening to the podcast version and you're not aware of Anchor, which is what I'm using to create this podcast, go to anchor.fm/Christian-Rivera, and you could follow my station there. And I talk a little bit about Anchor itself and how useful it is and all that good stuff. So you guys have a fantastic Friday, and I will catch you next time.